Good morning, fishing friends. Welcome to another episode. Windy, storms on the way. Hopefully that means the bite is on, but I don't know. We'll see. Whenever I have those days where I'm like, it's gonna be good, oftentimes it's not. So I'm trying not to get expectations up, but we could have a good day. Ripple on the water, a few clouds, enough yapping. Let's go fishing. A spinnerbait fish. All right, well, that's a good sign. Few casts, switching to the spinner. Not a monster, but that is a bite. Standing timber in the wood, little ripple. Try a spinner. Okay, was that a fluke? Or are there more up here? Crease on one back there. He's throwing a swim jig. The old swimming jig. Spinnerbait versus swim jig in here, huh? Uh-oh. Who's gonna find more? Hopefully one of us does. Been a grinder of a morning. There's one. Oh, double! The Debo crease double! Here, hold your fish up back there. Ready? All right, there we go, low guy. Oh, and crease over there with one too. Here he goes. Okay, well after no bite, ended up switching to a little spinnerbait. That's that bone color with the little turtleback blade. Booyah covert like that with actually the yum little paddle tail, yum dinger on the back. That is a Jason Christie tip that he gave, throwing the covert. So I figure, you know what, I'll pick up some of those and try it because I don't remember the last time, there's one. Last time I've thrown, ooh, he feels a little better. Last time I've thrown a yum swimming dinger. All right, look at that. Pound and a half, or finally we're moving up. Pound and 3/4. All right, switching to the old spinnerbait. I thought maybe dirty water, wood, got some ripple from the wind. Seems like spinnerbait time. Well, that's a few. Can we find a few more? What size? 3? Chris just caught one. Oh no, I'm wrapped up now too. Oh no. Oh, there he goes. Oh, mine's not big though. Another double. Whoa. Dang, hitting these stumps out here is a little sketchy sideways. There we go. Low guy for me. Chris said he caught a good one. Okay, swim jig versus the nobody cares about how long that fish is. Oh, lost him. Lost him right in there, right in that shade line. One mirror. Lost one. That would have been 2 mirror on it. That's one. All right, any more in here? Amongst the wood, by some grass, in the shade. Got some wind. Finally on a somewhat consistent bite here. We can find, if I can find a big one now. Chris found a 3-pounder. I gotta find a big one now. I think numbers are pretty close to the same. We're catching about the same numbers, but Chris has caught the bigger one on a black and blue swim jig. One more. See that was one-handed. The whole one-handed job there. Wait, what? No. Anywho, back to spinnerbait fishing. Yeah, the little Yum paddle tail dinger. It doesn't have much of a thump to it, you know, on its own, but throw it on the back of this and that's exactly what you want. You don't want to have too big of a paddle tail on a spinnerbait, excuse me. Otherwise it destroys the action of it, and then it wants to roll on its side and all that stuff. So perfect as a spinnerbait trailer here, because it's got just a little bit of thump to it. I'm keeping this pretty high in the water. Water's dirty. I'm, you know, a foot from the surface and can just barely see it leave. So fishing it pretty shallow. By leave, I mean leave my eyesight, you know, letting it get a foot down of visibility. That's about all there is here. So that's what I'm doing, getting at my this stuff. Got off right there. How I'm stuck, I don't know. One more by the wood, spinnerbaiting them up, little pounder. Well, at least we found a consistent bite here. For me, it's been spinnerbait up amongst this wood and grass, pretty much all in this shade line. There's another one, just hit it. All in this shade line by the wood and grass line. Oh, he smoked it. Yes, sir. God, he was stuck right in the nose. There we go. Another solid one. But yeah, that's been the deal for me. Spinnerbait around wood, next to grass, pretty much all in the shade line. Nothing outside of it, really. Maybe a couple little ones, but mostly hiding on the wood there. All right, fishing friends, that was a day of fishing the spinnerbait. Now looking in here, I can see there's a little shine off my head. I know you got spiffy Debo today, working in the office. Used to be just work from home, but now working in the office some days, so I gotta clean up a little bit, you know. But anyway, spinnerbait fishing is upon us. I love fishing the spinnerbait in the fall, spring. You know, both of those times seem to do really good. Some people still fish it through the summer. I usually don't have as good a luck through the summer, but very into summer, leading into fall, once we've started to have some of those cool nights, and that's exactly what this was. We had a couple cool nights, couple little cold fronts come through, and this. So those fish, you know, weren't all the way up shallow feeding. You know, that's still coming here, probably starting right about now, but still, you know, kind of scattered, a lot of deep fish, but we were finding the fish up along the timber in the shade lines. If you notice, pretty much all those fish I caught, I was fishing that shade after the sun started to come up. We fished early in the morning, topwaters and stuff. I caught a couple little ones on a buzzbait. That'll be kind of a different video, but really no luck at all fishing topwater and stuff. So it wasn't until we moved over to fishing around a little bit of the grass that was left, around the wood, and especially the shade lines. Chris was throwing a black and blue swim jig. I was throwing the spinnerbait. We both caught a bunch of fish. He caught the bigger one. Of course he did. He is the kayak champion around here. But I still had a bunch. And on this one, so this is that Booyah Covert, the Finesse, the compact Finesse. It's got that little turtleback blade, which I absolutely love. It's compact. It's got a good thump. If you're looking for a spinnerbait, this is one of my favorites. Now, I think this color specifically was a limited run. I don't know if they have any more of those left, but you could always just get like a white, like one of the regular white ones. Take this skirt off and put your own bone colored skirt on. It would still have, you know, the bright white head, but I know this is chewed up. I went through a few of these, but a Yum swimming dinger, if you've never thrown one of these, they have just a little paddle tail, and I put it on upside down. I was fishing it shallow. This is a 1/2 ounce. I would have thrown 3/8 if I had it, but 1/2 ounce has honestly kind of been my do-it-all. So put that on there with a Yum swimming dinger, real little tail, still rides nice and straight. It doesn't mess it up. If you get too big of a paddle tail back there, it'll tend to want to kick the spinnerbait over, and then you're always messing with it, trying to get it to run straight. But this, no problem at all. So that was the lure. And we do want to shout out Rod Glove. Rod Glove sent me a number of these, not sponsored by them or anything, but they just said, hey, like your videos, sent me like, I don't know, 10 of these Rod Glove ones. Love these. They've got the elastic strap here. I think it's also, what is it, Evolve, I think is the other one I really like. They've got the elastic deal here so it hooks onto your reel. That way taking them in and out of the truck, these don't pull off like those, you know, those mesh ones tend to slide off. Neoprene all the way. If you've never used this neoprene, way less likely to get hooks stuck in it. You can see here, even when you get a hook stuck in it, it comes out a lot easier. With those woven ones, you get it in there and it's like you have to do some sort of puzzle to try to get it out. So these are really nice. If you don't have any of these yet, the neoprene ones, they are super sweet. There's a few different companies that make them. And anyway, the combo, now you notice I lost a few fish. There was actually some I didn't even put on there. I caught a couple more I didn't even get on camera, little ones, and lost some more. The rod, I have really liked the rod. Okay, so the rod, this is the 7.4 medium power extra fast 1/8 to 3/8 ounce 10 to 14 pound line. So this is the Fenwick Eagle. I've talked about this one before. I have really liked this rod. Comfort in hand is absolutely awesome. The way they've spaced this, it fits and glues, locks right into your hand. Absolutely awesome. They put the cork cover up here to tighten down the reel nut thing. I wish more companies would do that. See how that's actually comfortable? I know, sissy finger Debo, but I like it. It's got cork here. It's got like the split grip cork here, like the old HMX, HMG, Fenwicks used to have these. So kind of a throwback to the old ones. But the Eagle is, well, it used to be 99 bucks. I think it went up to like 115 or something. Like everything, it's gone up a little bit, but still around that $100 price range. Does have a bit of a squeak to it that I don't like, is kind of annoying. I don't really notice it on the water, but I noticed it here just messing with it. But otherwise, absolutely have liked the rod. Now, you notice losing those fish. It's a medium power extra fast. Normally, I always go to a medium heavy. I thought with this one, well, it doesn't feel super soft. It's soft. The thing is, with a single hook bait like this, even if you think you're okay, especially in the kayak, that's a pretty thick hook. I mean, I'm not bending that out. You can, you know, throw into that with a medium heavy. Even a heavy, that's not going to be an easy little hook to bend out. The problem is with a setup like this, especially in the kayak, I have found that you need to err on the side of more power than you would think you normally would need. So like braid to a leader, I see why tons of kayak guys go to that, because your whole platform's moving. So you either have to absolutely swing like heck every single time or understand your combo. And with this, it was too soft. It's also an extra fast. Now I was testing and I'm like, yeah, it is pretty fast, but it's got a decent bend to it. Thought I could get away with it, not the deal. To me, this will be more for the topwaters. I'd used it for topwaters before, was really good for that. It's got that faster tip, so my whole tip's not moving. Some people like that, but you know, if I'm doing a walking bait or something, I want a pretty quick tip where I can walk it, and that tip's going right back to normal. It's not like a big crank rod doing this, so when I stop it, the rod's still doing that. I would like it for that. Things like smaller shaky heads, even like bigger Ned rigs, something like that where I don't need a ton of hook setting power, but it is that fast. So remember, that bend is going to be mostly up towards the tip of it. It's not a real parabolic that bends all the way down. So lesson learned. Sometimes I just try those things out, but not for spinnerbaits did I like this rod. But still love the rod. Don't get me wrong there. Reel, this is the old Daiwa Tattoo 150. Absolutely love these things. Complete workhorses, aluminum frame, aluminum handle side plate. You can still find them on sale. Of course, the new version is out, and I've liked it just as well. Both of them are great, but yeah, that is the combo. And then this was actually copolymer. This was a Topwater 15 pound, so that even added more stretch. You know, if I had just gone straight braid with this, maybe I could get away with it, right? But that falls into the whole hook rod line relationship that I talk about. All of those need to work together. But yeah, now is the time to throw a spinnerbait. I know a lot of people, it seems like they either love or hate the spinnerbait. Either way, now's the time to throw it. If you don't have confidence, get out there now. Fish are going to be moving up shallow wherever you're at. Ponds, lakes, you know, whatever you've got to fish, go find some now, because it's going to be peak time to go out and catch some. I need to get out. I've been a little bit lazy. Also, September is the end of Mental Health Suicide Awareness Month, whatever you want to call it. 988 is the suicide and crisis hotline. Listen, I go through mental health stuff every day. I'm still working on it. I've told you all before. I've battled it really bad, like down to the worst you can go. So listen, there's always help. There's always somebody to listen. Even if I can only help one person talking through this, if you're struggling, please reach out to somebody. There's always somebody who will listen to you. I know you feel like you're alone, you're in one of the darkest places ever, that you just don't care, but take that step and reach out to someone. So listen, today's Subscribe Fishing Friend is all of you. I love you all. Thank you all for supporting me. I'm going to continue to do this as long as I can. Like I said, I'm going to try not to take my days for granted. So that's it. Need to edit. And until next time, love you all. Thanks for watching.